Hi and welcome to the final update of 2025. Obviously, the last 2 months I haven't put any videos out for my channel due to a lot of work being done in my house, which has meant all my time has been taken up doing that rather than working on the layout. So over the next few days I plan to start working on the DCCEX command station and the block detection system. Now, at the moment, I've got 24 block segments, and this will grow in the future. So I've now decided to dismantle everything I've already had, and I'm going to look at using the two outputs of the DCCX. So I'm not going to have a programming track on this layout. I'll have a separate DCCX for doing that, and then I will use the join command so I can use both the programming and the main to supply two districts within the layout. The reason behind this is because I do run a lot of old locos which run the XO4 Hornby motors as well as some of the original Ringfield motors. So I was starting to struggle with the amount of current draw. So these motor shields that I use, they say they can give 2 amps per channel maximum. On realistic terms, probably 1.5 amps. So by doing this, in theory, I'm allowing a little bit more current availability for the whole layout. Now I can possibly add a second motor shield, which would give me another 4, or I could use the Merg boost that I've got, which can give me 5 amps or 10 amps, but then I really would need to be looking at using some form of district cutouts. So at this stage, I'm trying to avoid that because I'd like to get some more trains running. So for the last year and a half, really, I haven't been able to run many trains. So for yourselves watching my videos, you probably think, well, I'd really like to see some trains running on it. And that's got to be my aim over the next year. I've been stalling this while I've been looking at the LCC, even CBus, as well as some of the other protocols. And I think now it's time to move on and actually start getting that bit of the layout done. So over the last year, there's been some interesting debates within the area group that I'm involved with over the use of CMRI and also a CAN bus system. Now, the CMRI approach, which I originally adopted, has some advantages in my opinion because being a polling system, you're never going to miss an input. And in theory, with a CAN bus, you only get the message once. So you might miss an event. But I think at this point now, I'm ready and having done some experimenting to give the CAN bus system a go. Yes, it's still going to be done with either Arduinos or ESP32s at this stage. And there's also been some debate over looking at doing a bit of collaboration between a few members of Merg to see whether we create some DIY nodes within the group. But that again is probably going to take another 3, 6 months or even a year to get the collaboration moving forward. And at the moment, I really need to get my layout moving forward. So you may see me still using the Arduino Nano, or it might be an R4, or it may even be an ESP32. I really want to see how it copes with the Merg DTC2s and 8s that I've got. Now these are current-based block detection sensors, and I've really enjoyed using them with CMRI. I know the capabilities of those, so I think with the example we've had, I might either look at a 12 input nano, or I might even drop it down to an 8 input nano, which would make the wiring a lot neater because unfortunately when I put all the droppers in on my layout, instead of just running 2 wires around the whole layout and then having the block detection close to each block, mine will still be centrally located. So that is a bit of a pain because of the wiring. So it's going to take me a few months to get it set up how I want it, but I think it's going to be the way forward for me. So one of the things I'm going to have to do is I'm going to need to do a lot of new documentation for the layout. So I've started off because the first thing I'm going to really concentrate on is getting some of the block detection done. So I'm going to record that in a simple, and I'm using Google Docs for this because this allows me to connect to this from up in the loft, so I can actually work on that upstairs as well as down here. So at the moment I put in 32 blocks. It's probably going to end up more than that. I'll end up with a location name. Now some of the blocks do include the turnouts. Because I'm going to use scripting, this is the way I do it. And then I'll have a short JMRI name. I'll also quote what the turnout name is going to be. I'll give the node number. So obviously the nodes go from 00 up to 255 I've got available, even though I can only have probably 50 or 60 on a segment pushing it. Now, if I start getting high numbers, I really do need to start going with the SP32s, but I'm going to see how I go. I'm going to we're going to have two events numbers for these modules, or for each block detector. So will be an event for on and an event for off. And I'm also going to record the block length, because eventually I might take a look at dispatcher and operations and all this within JMRI. So I may as well record this at the time of setting up each block. So this is going to be a work in progress, and I might start doing a few short videos over the next couple of days showing this progression. So hopefully that gives you an insight on what's going on within the layout, and hopefully you've all had a great Christmas, and hopefully I'll see you all again maybe before the new year, or if not in 2026. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye now.